Want to keep up with the latest Camodo Gaming videos? Be sure to subscribe and click that bell. Hello YouTube, Camodo Gaming here, bringing you guys another episode of Stormworks Build and Rescue. And yes folks, we are back once again, and today we are back with more building. So last episode, we started on what I want to call maybe like the Tsunami Base 2.0. It's actually quite a big project, definitely one of the biggest boats that I've ever built. Or I guess, do we really want to call it a boat? Maybe we'll call it a base. But yeah, we're back today. We're going to work on this. Now, we're not going to finish it today. I'm going to take some of your suggestions, actually, from the last episode, try to incorporate some of those. And there's a couple things that I want to do. So let's go ahead and show you guys the work in progress real quick. Yeah, there's a lot of work that needs to be done. First, let's go ahead and get into the engine room. We're going to fire it up, and we're going to take it out of the old hangar here. Alright, so let's go up to the bridge. Now, there's a couple things that I want to do immediately. Like, I want to get a helipad on this thing. I want to make a stairwell up to this bridge, because the only way to access it right now is actually this door, which is on the outside. So, let's go ahead and drop the clutch here, and let's get this thing moving. So, the first thing I noticed about this ship is that the water line is way too high on it. It just doesn't float far enough out of the water. So I'm going to work on this bottom. I'm going to extend it probably by about 3 or 4 blocks. That way it gives the inside or the hull quite a bit more room. Plus, once we sink this thing, which we're going to do that here this episode, I'm going to install doors all up and down these sides. It'll give it a little bit more volume inside for it to sink down and hopefully sink all the way. I think we have plenty of room in there. So that's one thing we're going to do. We're going to try to work on the bridge here, install some basic things. I also want to, and I'm not even sure if I'm going to get around to it this episode, I also want to put the pump system in too, to actually take the water out so we can rise the base up out of the water. So yeah, we're going to be awfully busy here today. I'm going to go immediately back to the workbench. I'll skip around, show you guys some progress updates, and then hopefully we'll have a decent product to go back out and do a couple of things, and also take some suggestions from you guys at home. That way we can see what we want to do for the next episode of this little base series. But yeah, if you guys are enjoying Stormworks on the channel, maybe hit that thumbs up button, and let's go to work. Alright, so what we're doing here, I've actually extended this down about 3 blocks, so there's a lot of room here. I might actually extend the fuel tank too, even though I think the fuel tank's fairly big. But I feel like we can actually get a little bit more fuel in here. So we're going to do that. And next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and start to build onto the pad. I think we're going to make it like gray. Let me get a rough estimate as to how big this is going to be. So it'll probably be something like that. I'll probably have some steps on the side of it. We'll get one of the big magnet connectors in the middle, and then we'll get some mag-alls on the outside. Now, I don't have a plane in mind, or a helicopter, I should say, that would land on this, so I'm going to try to make it as universal as possible. That way we can land several different helicopters. Alright, it is update time. You can see that the helipad is installed. I'm not 100% happy with it. There's a couple things I do want to change or maybe add to it. We'll see kind of how it works with the helicopter. We might actually do that this episode. So we've done that. I've added some helipad lights. Now all these lights, I'm going to probably make a little button system. I'm going to say probably right over here, and then we'll have the lights and the magnets probably all together. Either that, or I might hook the lights into the panel down in the engine room. I'm not 100% sure yet. So we've got that. I've sealed up the bottom. We're ready to move on to the next thing. Okay, there's one there. There's another door. Almost through with the doors here, so there we go. Alright, so I've got the doors taken care of. I've actually done quite a bit since I last talked here. So the doors are now on, so it should be able to sink. I need to hook them up to the top. So I've done that. Another thing that I've done, I've also played with the colors of the ship a little bit. And I want to know what you guys actually think as far as what color scheme we should go with. So for the most part, I've gotten rid of the blue. The blue just kind of looked out of place on the side, and I've extended up the red a bit. And I also painted the roof of it orange. So I'm kind of liking this a little bit. There's also a couple other things I'm thinking of in my head that we can do to mix that up. So we've got that. Now I've already got a system in place. I don't have it hooked up yet. Let's go ahead and go inside the bridge here. This is going to be our sink system. So it'll be a key button. You'll click it. You'll press this button in and it should sink. And I'll probably add a button to the right which should be our water pumps once we add those. So other than that, I don't know what we're really gonna do to the interior right now. I need to do a bit of work because obviously it is very, very bare bones in here, but I think we're gonna save most of that for the next episode. Now, one thing I am gonna do, and let's go ahead and start to get our eraser out here. I'm gonna go ahead and cut a hole. I think it's 3 wide is what the stairs are. We'll do something like this on each side, and that actually leads down to here, so I'll have to build a little hallway, and I'm gonna cut a hole right about, probably right in here, and that's gonna be where the stairs are gonna lead out, and then you're back in the main hall. Now, a lot of people wanted to see some sort of like underwater section where there's like a window. We might do that probably here towards the front if I can get the camera to actually focus. Somewhere's right in here. So I think that would be neat, but I'm gonna wait on that until we actually get everything under installed that we can. All right, so another small update. I've done some work to the roof to try to make it look a little less plain and flat. So I've added the lights up here. We've added some spotlights to the front. We have horns here. I've added some spotlights actually here in the back too. So I think this is gonna look cool once it sinks down, and it should light up a lot of the sea floor, which I think is gonna be really awesome. Now, I've got all of our sensors up here, so we'll probably have weather stations. We'll have like our GPS sensors and all that built up here. And down in here, I've actually started to add some to the bridge here. So we have dials in the back. You'll have your monitors here for all the various cameras. You've got some scuba gear and Arctic gear in here. And that's probably for emergency use. I would think that there's going to be a room that just has a bunch of equipment for people that are just using it in a normal situation. This is for if something really bad happens, you can immediately get the appropriate clothing on. So liking that. If you guys have any ideas for the bridge, let me know. There's a lot of things that I'm thinking that I want to add, but I've got to also use up some of the other space in the ship, so I don't want to put everything on the bridge. Okay, so another quick update. We're about to actually go test this thing out because there's several systems I haven't actually seen if they work, including the doors on the bottom, which, by the way, that kind of looks insane. I'm hoping the sync time on this thing is really quick. That way, if a tsunami's inbound, we can immediately go under. So I've got that. I've added several other things. I actually added the flares. So if there's an emergency, I've got flares in the back. I need to add like a little area, which I'm thinking we're gonna have like a radio room, probably here on this side of the bridge, and then on the other side is probably gonna be the captain's quarters. So we'll have that on maybe this side. So yeah, I've got all that hooked up, which is pretty cool. Other things that I've actually done since then, I added the stairs finally. So there's another way up into the bridge. These stairs lead down into the main area here, which I haven't really decorated. We'll do that probably in future episodes, but I think we're ready for a test. So let's go and spawn this bad boy in, and let's hope that everything works. So check this out. Look how much higher it floats out of the water. It looks a little bit more ship-like, opposed to it just looking like some weird platform, which I'm still not 100% happy with the shape, but obviously we're going to work on it a bit more. So yeah, here's this. We can go into here. This will be your little monitor switch, which, really, did I install that camera upside down? We'll have to fix that. That's the camera looking at the helipad. We'll have some other cameras in here. And I know a lot of people want to see a jail for OB once again, so we'll probably have like a little jail thing too. That way we can see it. But now we can actually walk down here, and this will take us to the engine room instead of going outside, which, by the way, I need to actually do the airlocks too. For the underwater part. So let me go ahead and get this cranked up. We'll go back up to the bridge. All right, we're ready to roll. Let's go ahead and start going here. Now, you're going to notice this little screen here. I think I'm going to hook up some sort of HUD widget. That way you have like a little bit of a heads-up display, and maybe it'll show you where you're going, maybe targets and stuff like that. Down here, I've got the spotlights. Go and turn those on, and we have our horn. So that's good to go. That still trips me out. I really need to aim that camera up. All right, so let's get out a little bit and then we'll sink it. All right, this is fairly deep, so we need to time this here. So we're ready to go. Let's go and hit our sync unlock, and we are a go. So I'm watching a timer right now. Let's see. All right, so they've all appeared to open up, and let's see the inside. Oh, it's flooding so fast. I guess that's what happens when you have a million doors on this. All right, so still timing. This thing sinks in not even 30 seconds. That is way faster filling than the other Tsunami base. Now here's the big question. What is it gonna take in order to get this thing to rise up? The last Tsunami base took way too long, so I'm gonna have to put a small army of pumps down in the hole in order to get this thing to rise up. At least, I wanna say, maybe in 3 to 4 minutes. Of course, it's gonna be a lot slower to rise up. By the way, we wanna go ahead and shut those doors. There we go. But yeah, we are underwater right now, and this is actually really cool looking. We can look out. Of course, we would have our airlocks here, so we'd be able to go get into some diving equipment and go out. I wish there was a way, which there might be, to lock doors. I'd like to lock everything whenever you go underwater, maybe not lock the airlock. That way you don't have one of your crewmates accidentally hitting a button over here and opening up and flooding the whole ship. But yeah, this is definitely cool looking, and those lights do a really, really good job of lighting up the sea floor. So you got plenty of visibility right now. Of course, it might be a little bit different once we get deeper, but yeah, pretty happy with that. Now here comes the fun part. Let's go install pumps, and also I'm gonna go ahead and work on this room over here because I wanna make those flares work too. All right, folks, I had to go into like ultra focus mode. I have an absolute ton of pumps down here. If this thing doesn't come up within about, I would say 4 to 5 minutes, I'm gonna be a little disappointed. But yeah, it actually just drags the water out of here and it pumps it out of the bottom here. So we've got that. And also I did work on the room I was talking about up here, the radio room. So we've got it in here. And let me go ahead and back the camera up. This camera's still a little wonky at times. I don't have everything hooked up, but we will have some radio equipment. And of course I got the flares in here too. Maybe we can add a couple other things. So yeah, I'm really satisfied with what we have right now. I've hooked everything up. I've got the gauges working in here now, so it should show your battery, your engine temp, fuel levels, and all that good stuff. So we're ready for the big test. And I'm a little nervous. Actually, I kind of want to land a helicopter on it too, to see if any of that works. Which I don't even know if I went over that system yet. It's over here, so you got the helipad lights, and then you got the magnets here. And all those are good to go. Alright, so let's go ahead and make our way in. I'm going to fire it up, and let's get out to sea. Alright, can confirm everything's working. There's fuel, battery levels that are at full here. There's engine temperature going up. There's your RPS. I got a little compass here, and then, of course, we have the clock to the right. Alright, we are rolling. We got our water pump button now, which is good. Let's go ahead and set the atmosphere a little bit here. And let's go time. Actually, real quick, what does this look like at night? All right, it's not too bad. It needs a little bit more exterior lights to really make it shine, but I have to say the night lighting's decent. All right, let's go ahead, pick those waves up. Let's make it rain. Let's just make it really nasty outside. Oh yeah, it looks like it's handling the waves way better than the other one. The other one had waves going over the decks. All right, so we have a tsunami warning, tsunami on the way. Let's go ahead and fire off our emergency flares for funsies. So let's open this up here and hold on, set down, that way we can do it and go boop. There we go, flares are up. Uh-oh. Which way did the flares shoot? Oh, you know what? I bet you, yeah, there's settings on those. Obviously, it lit up something here. Did they go up in the sky? Or did they go down? I'm not sure where they fired off. By the way, the tsunami's on the way. Let's go ahead and sink the base real quick. It's obviously brighter in here, but I don't think the flares went up. There's some settings we can change on that. And come on. We might have done this too late. All right, there we go. Come on, we need to go down. Let's go ahead and stop moving here. All right. Oh, boy, there's the tsunami. And we are good. Now, I'm still debating. Uh-oh. Oh, are we going to land okay? Oh, that was a little bit of a rough landing, but all right, we are under it. Oh, yeah, you know what we need to do? We need to put some windows up here. That way we can look up. But wow, it sinks really fast. Is battery good? Okay, everything's good to go there. There's the helipad. Yeah, I'll fix the flares. I think there's like a settings on them that you can do. All right, so we're good. We should be clear of this tsunami now, so let's go ahead and open this. Let's go and close those doors. And we're ready for water pumps. So I'm hoping this does not drain the battery. Technically, the engine's still going, is it not? Okay, battery's good. Okay, engine temperature's going down. RPS, of course, at 0. No, she's holding battery. Okay, so the pumps are working. I've got a timer here. Let's see what happens, how long this actually takes. I'm probably going to have to time-lapse this little section, and I'll talk over it. All right, so here's the time-lapse, and what you're going to notice, nothing actually happens. There is a bit of a problem. I don't know if I run into a physics bug or really what just happened, but check this out. This thing doesn't seem to be going up, and... Wait. It's bone dry in here. How did this thing not come up out of the water? Am I stuck to the ground or something? Wait a minute, that makes no sense. How in the heck did this thing not come up? Alright, so really strange... I want to call it a bug, because that was completely empty. This, in theory, should have come up out of the water. Not unless I've screwed something up here. Okay. Alright, we're going to do a quick sink here, because I want to say maybe that was a glitch. So let's go ahead and go a little further out, and then we're just going to go sink. Okay, those are active. Let's go a little bit deeper here. That way it covers the top. I don't know. What do you guys think happened? Like, why did this thing not come up? I've never experienced that before in any of these bases. Alright, so we're full. Let's go ahead and turn those water pumps back on. Alright, so any moment it should rise back up. Yeah, it actually pumped itself out completely, but I don't know if I've broken something in the world. But we'll see here, see if it comes up. Alright, can confirm it was a bug. I'll zoom in here. You can see the water level is going down inside of it. So, for whatever reason, we broke physics, I guess. Oh man, that is such a relief. So I think this is going to take probably 5+ minutes for this thing to come up, but I'm so glad that there isn't something broken with the pumps. I do need to add a gauge. That way we can see what the volume is on the hole, and then maybe we could see it emptying out. That'd be kind of cool. That way you can kind of get an idea as to where you are instead of having to position the camera there. All right, here we go. You can see it's coming up out of the water, so it does work. Oh boy. That is a relief. It's taken a while, though. I really wish I could speed it up even more. I mean, I guess your only option is more pumps. You know, I wonder, are they ever going to get another size pump out? Maybe like a mega pump or something? That'd be nice. But nonetheless, as this thing comes up, I am pretty happy with the progress that we are making in this base. Do comment below if you have any suggestions for future episodes of the builds. I do want to see what else we can add to this base. I would like to get some sort of maybe lifeboat, or a lot of people are talking about a pod, which I'm not 100% sure I can do that, but maybe that'd be something we could do here in the future. But anyways, I do want to thank you guys for all the love and support on this series. You guys are absolutely amazing, and we will see you guys next time in Stormworks.